I swear the next Game of Thrones video is coming up, but this has just, like, been bothering me all day, and I just needed to, like, talk about this. Okay, so yesterday's Mad Men. Is Bob responsible for getting Pete's mom killed and thrown off a boat? That is the question that has been plaguing me since last night. If it's true, then clearly Bob Benson is a sociopath. There are several possible scenarios for this situation. One is that Bob knew literally nothing about Manolo planning to marry Pete's mom and kill her and try to take her money. He knew nothing about it. Manolo did it entirely by himself, and Bob had nothing to do with it. The second scenario is that Pete's mom isn't even actually dead, or Manolo didn't actually kill her. She could have fell off the boat legitimately, or like she and Manolo could be like living it up in South America. Another thing I don't understand is like, maybe I need to watch the episode again because maybe they mention it, but I don't understand how like someone can just like disappear off a boat after they've committed murder. How did he get away? Did they stop at a port and like realize she wasn't there and then like he just ran off? Oh my god. This whole thing is just stupid. 3, the most likely scenario for me, based on the information we have, is that after Pete threatened his job in the episode before that, and after Bob was clearly talking to Manolo on the phone, then they planned to do this whole thing. Like, I can't even explain how much this is bothering me because, like, up until the last episode, I honestly liked the character Bob Benson. I thought, especially, you know, he confessed to Pete. And Matthew Weiner has said that Bob is in love with Pete. He says he's not necessarily gay, but that he was in love with Pete and wanted to be him. I was like, oh, this is really interesting because I literally did not see that coming at all. And then the next episode we find out Bob Benson probably isn't his real name. He has a past where he ran away from home from West Virginia and, like, assumed a new identity in New York and became a manservant to a vice president at a company. And I thought that was interesting, too, because, one, it means it paints him as, like, a younger Don Draper, but gay, and it's kind of like a metaphor for how, like, you know, people who were in the closet at the time have to lie about their entire lives. You have to lie about your entire identity, because you have to hide your sexuality and hide who you really are, and this is, like, a literal interpretation of that, and I thought that was cool. But if he planned the murder of Pete's mom because Pete was threatening his job, that is just fucking crazy, and it really, really bothers me. Because, like, this is the first major gay character the show has had since Sal Romano, and if what they've decided to do with him is make him, like, the stereotypical evil gay character like Tom Ripley, and this character, like, if this is true, Bob Benson, like, essentially is Tom Ripley. Like, you would think, like, the character Tom Ripley is based off of him or something. I'm just really pissed off if that's what this is, and I'm also really fucking worried for Joan if this is true. I never really felt for Bob's whole, oh, I'm here to help, but, you know, act, because it's clearly, that's what it was an act. He wants to, you know, rise to the top and, you know, be Pete, although why anyone would want to be Pete is a fucking mystery. Some people have been saying they don't think Bob was involved in this, and I really want to believe that's true. Or if he was involved, it was only up to a certain point where he's like, oh, hey, Manolo, go take Pete's mom, tell her you're gonna go on a cruise, and tell her that, you know, you don't like how Pete's been treating me, so I can lord the fact of this over him, and he knows not to mess with me. That was what I thought it was originally, and, like, again, that was good. And his whole thing with, like, humiliating Pete in front of the Chevy people in order to get him kicked off the account, also good. I'm not against the idea of him having flaws and him being, like, conniving and, you know, that sort of thing. That's cool. I mean, I'm not expecting, like, oh, perfect paragon role model. That wasn't what I wanted, but this is a completely different level of crazy. It's not the character that I'm mad at, it's the writers. Like, the thing that has me really thinking that this was his plan was the fact that he told Manolo, I don't care how nice she is. And also, in the elevator when Pete was telling him what was going on, he didn't really seem perturbed until Pete said, ooh, even a fly that he thought was rich And that's when he was like, oh, wait. I didn't have anything to do with this man. Like, on some level, I find it extremely amusing, but, like, at the same time, it's getting me really pissed off. I'm pretty sure Bob's plan was, oh, so you're gonna threaten my job, are you? Oh, well, you know what? Me and my buddy Manolo, we're gonna spirit away your mom. He's gonna marry her. He's gonna shove off a boat, and then he's gonna get your fucking inheritance, and then you're gonna take all your money. Fuck you! Little did he know the Campbells don't actually have any money. That whole plotline is completely ridiculous, too. It's so soap opera-y. I mean, I understand that, like, Pete's mom had to die in order for Pete to be able to finally be free of his family and be able to just leave and start over, or attempt to start over, but it didn't have to happen this way. I mean, we don't know the whole story, obviously. I don't even know if we're... Because the whole season, like, Bob Benson's been so prominent, we still don't know what the fuck his deal is. There's a number of different ways this story could have gone, and, like, the fact that they decided to make him Tom Ripley is just, like, so frustrating to me, because it could have been so much better, and it was really good up until that. Like, again, it's possible Bob didn't know about it, or he didn't mean for it to go that far. I don't know if we're ever gonna find out. I hope we do. I'm really upset that we're not gonna find out about this, like, at least until next year, because it's getting me really frustrated, and I'm not happy, guys. I'm not happy. The more I talk about this, the more angry I'm getting. Ugh.